Hey guys, welcome back, and hello to you new people too. Today I'm going to be talking about my favorite products from 2016. These are products that aren't necessarily new, but they are definitely the ones that I personally love the best. There's going to be a lot of them, there's going to be a lot of talking in this video, and I'm going to put my makeup on as we're talking so that you can kind of see me wearing the products. First, I thought I would start with skincare. My favorite cleanser of the year is actually the double cleanser system that I've been using from Metrin. I'm going to insert a picture of it up here, over here. One of these two sides, you'll see a picture of it. But it's a double cleanser. The first cleanser is like a creamy, like moisturizing oil-based cleanser. And then the second cleanser is more like a lighter lathering cleanser. So it's supposed to really do a good job of deep cleaning your skin. I'm completely addicted to it. Next, I want to talk about oils. I'm in love with the Josie Maran Argan Oil Light, and the Lucy Minerals Ambrosia for dry skin. Like, I actually am about halfway through this bottle. I don't know if you can see that, but it's down about here. Like, it's the first product I want to put on after I cleanse, and it's the first product that I put on at night after I take off my makeup. I like that it really penetrates my skin and makes it feel very moisturized, and I don't know, it's pretty awesome. The Josie Maran products, what I like to use them for is to mix with a foundation if I'm having problems getting the foundation to blend out. Like the Anastasia Beverly Hills Stick Foundation seems to work better if I use it with like an oil like this. Plus, these are just great to make any sort of liquid foundation apply better to my dry skin and not stick to dry patches. I am also in love with the Shark Serum. I need to buy a third bottle. As you can see, I'm down to about here. But this is a serum that I then put on top of my oil. It has a lot of skin nourishing ingredients. Next would be the Paula's Choice Calm Redness Relief line for rosacea. Right now, I'm using the BHA lotion from this line and the night cream. For moisturizer with SPF, I'm using the Josie Maran SPF 47. This is a very moisturizing SPF. I love it. My skin just soaks it up. Sometimes I'm actually left with my skin feeling a little bit oily from it, so I will have to blot my skin before I apply my foundation. But I would rather be slightly too moist and have to blot it off than to be dry, which is often what I'm stuck with. Also, the Pacifica Micellar Cleansing Water is a go-to for removing makeup for me, and I also use coconut oil. Coconut oil is what I like to use on long-wearing products like long-wearing liquid lipsticks or on waterproof eyeliner, just, you know, whatever I'm using. Coconut oil is the bomb at getting it off. For masks, what I like to use is the Glossier Moisturizing Moon Mask. I have been trying to remember to put this on in the afternoons, like if I'm, because I work from home, so I can mask in the afternoon if I actually think about it. So I've been trying to remember to put this on to mask and then, you know, take it off and put on another moisturizer. And I love this stuff. This is my second jar. The Bite Beauty Agave Lip Mask is my go-to lip mask for probably 2 or 2.5 years now. You can see this is one of my tubes that's almost empty, and this one's actually pretty low too. My husband actually started putting this one on at night. It's the untinted version. This is the golden pink champagne one. And I also have the red one that I carry in my purse, so I love these guys. So there are 4 perfumes that I have worn more than anything this year, and that they would be Tokyo Milk Dark Tainted Love, Cocoa Pink Pina Colada Cotton Candy, Cocoa Pink Cinderella's Carriage, and Cocoa Pink Poison Caramel Apple. So I really like fruity gourmand scents that are sweet. I like vanilla as a note in there, and those 4 perfumes have been my favorite. If you had to press me to pick just one for this year, I would pick the Pina Colada Cotton Candy because I think it smells delicious. I even have like hair serums with it. As far as hair products go, Pravana dyes, which, you know, that's what I use in my hair. I absolutely love my Cocoa Pink Argan Therapy Replenishing Serum, which basically helps smooth out your ends. My Dermorganic Thermal Spray, it's like 8-way thermal spray, is great. I also love my Overtone Go Deep Hair Mask. It's the best hair mask ever in my opinion. I really love the Cocoa Pink, ShamPink, and Argan Therapy Cream Cleanser. Sometimes I use hairspray, but if I'm using hairspray, pretty much it's going to be Paul Mitchell. But I don't use hairspray very often. I don't really use many styling products often. Oh, other than Batiste Dry Shampoo and Batiste Plumping Spray, or Plumping Powder. Next up would be nail polish products. And so my favorite base coat is Rainbow Honey All Your Base. My favorite top coat is Glitter Days Clearly on Top, and I have 3 polishes. The first one is Glitter Days Bellatrix, and this is the black shade here. It's like a black with like rainbow holographic sparkle and like sort of like a magenta sheen. The next color is KB Shimmer Are You Kidding Me, which is like this holographic purple color. It's gorgeous. And then the final color is Powder Perfect Never Grow Up, and it's like this silver based holographic color with purple flakies and like a purple pink iridescence. So Yes, I have a type. It's purple or pinky purple with black, and yeah, these are my three favorite colors that I've worn more than anything. And this is, I think, like probably the second year that Bellatrix has been one of my favorites, because this is my third bottle. Okay, on to makeup, because it's probably what you care the most about. So my favorite eyeshadows this year, they're mostly like a bunch of singles. Urban Decay Aura, which is a split shade that has a pinky red side and a blue side for highlighting. Urban Decay Walk of Shame, which is like a pale peachy peach beige base type shade. Urban Decay Laced, which is a pale pinky taupe. That's what I like to use as like a transition color. And Urban Decay Bust, which is kind of like a gray brown taupe shade. Then we have Anastasia Beverly Hills, and the two shades that I like by Anastasia are Baby Cakes, which is like this pale pink base shade up here, and Buon Fresco, which is like this pinky mauve dusty tone right here. The rest of the singles that I love are from Makeup Geek. So we have Sugar Rush and Phantom and Kaleidoscope and Sorcery. So I really love Urban Decay Enigma eyeshadow primer, but the thing I don't like about it is that it does change like the shade. Like any sort of tinted primer will usually change the color of the eyeshadow when you put it on. Sometimes that bothers me, sometimes that doesn't. I'm gonna actually put on Beauty Bakery's. I zoomed in a little bit so you can see me apply my eyeshadows. Now I'm going to put the color Kaleidoscope onto my lid, and I'm gonna spritz my brush with Urban Decay All Nighter Spray because I just feel like it makes the color look better and it holds on and all that jazz. I'm gonna take the Sigma E25 and just kind of blend at the edges to soften everything. I'm gonna fill in my brows just a little bit with ColourPop's Jet Set Black Pencil, and this has been my favorite brow pencil of the year. I like it when a company actually offers black and it's not brown. Now typically I don't fill in my brows like for every day just because I had them microbladed and I'm really happy with them without having to fill them in. But usually for a video or something, I'll fill them in a little bit just to give them a little more shape, because I have a couple places where I have scars where the microblading didn't take. The runner-up brow product is probably my Nude Sticks Brow Stylus in Brown Black. Oh, and also after I do this, I like to put Glossier's Boy Brow in black on top of my brows because it's awesome and it just kind of holds the hairs in place. But on your average day, I don't use a pencil. I'll use this at most, or I'll just leave my brows alone. Just go like under my brows, just sort of make sure that they look clean. I'm going to line my upper waterline very thinly using the Kat Von D Trooper liner. This is definitely my favorite liquid liner. I'm gonna put the NYX Faux White Pencil and Baby Powder on my lower waterline. I did not have access to this in 2016, so in 2016 I used Urban Decay's Walk of Shame pencil or Smashbox Bear pencil, and then I set it with like a white eyeshadow. So for 2016, I didn't really wear mascara because I had lash extensions all year. The few times I wore mascara, I think I wore a Cosmetics Stretch Mascara, Urban Decay Perfume, or Tarte Lights Camera Lashes. Since I stopped doing the lash extensions for a while because my allergies have been really bad, I'm basically back on the Urban Decay Perversion train, and I use a Seki lash curler, and I also use a mascara shield to try to help me get as much length as possible out of my lashes. I hate applying mascara. I just feel like I suck at it, so yeah. When it comes to false lashes, what I like to wear are the Ardell Demi Wispies because they look natural and that's what I'm going for, and they don't cover up my eyeshadow that I just spent, 20 minutes or whatever applying, so those are my favorites for that. I'm gonna smudge a little bit of Makeup Geek Corrupt along my outer lower lash line just to add a little bit of depth. I'm going to highlight under the outer part of my brow and at the inner corner of my eyes with Urban Decay's Aura. For most of 2016, I used the Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer pretty much non-stop, which I love this stuff. But when I got my hands on the Urban Decay Optical Illusion Blurring Primer, I fell in love with this one. So both of these make my favorites list. I'm gonna go ahead and put on the Urban Decay Primer today. So next up is concealers. I'm sure it's no surprise that the Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer is my favorite concealer. The three shades that I use the most are Whiteout, L1, and L3. So following Mickey's advice, I typically apply L1 and L3 around my face. I put L1 like under my eyes. So this is where I typically put L1, then I typically put on L3. So this is where I typically put L3, and then basically I take the Beauty Blender and blend this out. Okay, this is what my face looks like with just the concealers on. At this point, I feel like all I need is a sheer foundation. I don't really have a favorite foundation for 2016 because I feel like there's always been something off. Like, I love the Kat Von D Lock-It Foundation in Light 41, but the texture, it's so thick, I feel like it's hard for me to wear. So I'm gonna try this moisturizing foundation today, which is the Buxom Tickle the Ivory. I am mixing a bit of NYX Opalescent and NYX White in with it on the back of my hand. So now that I have my foundation on, I'm gonna move on to the rest of my face. And my favorite setting powder is the NARS Light Reflecting Loose Setting Powder. I'm going to apply my contour. This is Aromalie Digitalis Purpurea. I pressed it. I found for me that I really need to press my loose mineral powder like contours and blushes, or else I can't always get them to apply evenly. This has been my favorite of the entire year. And my favorite brush for contouring is this brush by Real Techniques, which is the Multitasking Cheek Brush. My favorite blushes are the Urban Decay blushes, and I've got about 3 shades, I guess, that I reach for more than anything else. Rapture, which is like this mauve color, kind of like a mauve berry. X-Rated, which is this light pink, and Fetish, which is more like a earthy pink, I guess. And my go-to highlighters have definitely been the Makeup Geek highlighters, Moon Phase and Glitz and Celestial. And I think for this look, I'm gonna put on Moon Phase, this one right here. And I'm gonna go ahead and put on X-Rated. The Urban Decay Diffusing Blush Brush is my favorite blush brush. My favorite bronzer is this Physicians Formula Mirror Mirror Butter Bronzer in Light. And I've used this to contour, and I probably can only do that because I have red hair right now. If I had blue hair, it probably wouldn't look right. But I love this. It's really cheap. It's a cruelty-free drugstore product. It smells so good. It smells like a little like tropical vacation. And yeah, it's awesome. For 2016, there were 2 eyeshadow palettes, well, probably more than 2 eyeshadow palettes that I really loved. But one of those is the Kat Von D MetalMatte Palette, and this was limited edition, and I hate that because it has all of these beautiful mattes and then all of these beautiful Metal Crush eyeshadows. And like, if you were only gonna buy one palette in 2016, this is the palette that I recommended because it's just such great quality. I love it, and you have such a nice variety of colors. Like, the only thing you're really missing from this palette is like a nice burgundy or a red. It has a lot of cool tones, so if you like cool tones like I do, yeah, it's an awesome palette. The other palettes that I really love are from Urban Decay, one of which is the Urban Decay Naked Basics palette because it's an all mattes palette. Although it is not without its flaws, there are a couple things that I personally would have done differently with this palette. My mirror is like all fingerprinted up, but I would have made Lethal an actual true red burgundy as opposed to a reddish brown burgundy. I would have put a lighter gray color in instead of having both Faith and Lockout, because you could have easily made the color Faith by mixing Extra Bitter and Lockout to make like a more of a warm brown. And then for me, for whatever reason, Commando and Tempted look so similar on the skin that, yeah, I would have put another matte in there that was more different, like maybe a lighter pink or a lighter peach, just something, because I hate how similar those two look on my skin. But aside from that, I love this palette and I think it's a great addition to the Naked family. I also really love the Moondust palette, but this is a companion palette. And what I mean by that is that all of these colors I like to use on top of other colors. I don't wear them on their own because they are they're sparkly, glittery shades, so I see them as basically like an eyeshadow topper. You can also use them on lips because they're really cool on lips. I need to put something on my lips. So my favorite lip pencils are obviously the Urban Decay lip pencils. However, I do have one color from ColourPop that I absolutely love, which is Marshmallow. And then I have a couple NYX pencils that I really love, mostly the purples like Jet Set, which is actually like a blue color, and Oh Put It On, which is like a blue tone purple. So I'm gonna put Marshmallow pencil on, and then I'm gonna put on Sugar Pill Kimchi. So while I love the Sugar Pill liquid lipstick formula a lot, they have a very limited shade range. So my favorite liquid lipsticks of the year are the Jouer liquid lipsticks, but I do absolutely love Sugar Pill Kimchi, so it's one of my favorites too. And then for my lipsticks, I would say the Urban Decay Vice lipsticks are my favorite, and the colors like Crank, which is a pinky purple, Heroin, which is a dark blue, Perversion is black, Violate is my favorite go-to pink, pinky nude type, pinky purple nude type lip shade. So those are my lipsticks. For eyeshadow brushes, I know I kind of touched on this, but the Urban Decay eyeshadow brushes are my all-time favorites. I also supplement my Urban Decay brushes with Sigma brushes and Real Techniques brushes. For my face, I use Urban Decay brushes and Real Techniques brushes because those are my favorites and that's what works for me. And you've seen most of the ones that I use in this video. Yeah, I love this lip color. My favorite spray for making my foundation last all night is Urban Decay's All Nighter. So those are my favorite beauty products for 2016. What were yours? Please be sure to let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and share. I love it when you share my videos. It makes my day. And Phaedra loves it too. And if you haven't already, go ahead and click that subscribe button so you don't miss my next video and you can see more Phaedra. Thanks so much for watching.